What is going on, guys? We got the fam in here today. We got iTech, Coin, Jay, and Cody. We got a full house here today. Hope you guys are doing well. Yesterday, my power was out literally at 2:30 a.m. in the morning. Didn't come back on until when the market was opening, so I just couldn't do it. So I'm drunk. Knocked it out. But we're back here today. I'm excited to get into today. The market is ramping up, traders. This morning, if you take a look at the SPY, absolutely killing it this morning. And we got Candace in the house. Good to see you in here, Candace. Hope you're doing well. This market's going crazy right now. It's going bananas. So what's going on? Well, Trump actually just tweeted that the month of May's retail sales showed their biggest 1 month increase of all time. 17.7%. So that's getting the market excited here. We also have a little bit of news this morning going on. The Dow futures this morning surging a little bit after a little bit of a decline. So they're pointing to a sharp gain this morning as major reversal from Monday after Bloomberg reported that the Trump administration is preparing a $1 trillion infrastructure plan. So the Dow Jones on Monday roared back from a 760-point decline to close nearly 160 points higher after the Federal Reserve said it will start buying individual corporate bonds. So market's doing great, guys. Coin nailed it. Fed buying everything, running back to SPY. 319 in my opinion. Yeah, we may see a high day break here on the spot. So traders, we got some stuff to look at this morning. I missed yesterday, but was trying to review some of the stocks yesterday that you guys traded. And there were a few. The communication sector is still doing very, very well. It's still hot, still well in the land of the trading. But we do have a lot of stocks that are gapping up and failing. So this morning, as I've been watching the market, we've had a few up on the gap up watch list. As you guys know, for those of you who are new, we got our gap up watch list. Follow the cursor. Gap down watch list. And these are short plays. Bear scheme watch list. Overbought conditions. Market summary. Not doing too bad. So let's go ahead and go over some of these plays on the gap up watch list. If it's highlighted yellow, tiny float, you guys see MCEP 1 million in float. And then blue is going to be roughly 5 to 10 million shares in the float. So still tiny there as well. IQ, communication sector. So we got a lot of communication sector stocks that we need to go over this morning. They're still running very, very well, as well as some manufacturing plays. And then some shorts. We got a few good short potential plays this morning that we're looking at. If you guys are part of the Avery day trading team, you know what we do. We go over every stock out there, all the opportunities, not just one. We're not just a chat room trying to pump up a stock and get in and out. No, we go over how to trade. And by the way, the video I was going to come out with this weekend that I know some of you were anticipating on my trading rules, I got it done, but I was babysitting, so my son this weekend, so I really didn't have time to put it together, but I will get that done this week. CoinFox UONE, big sellers at 6, 610, 620. Look for a pop and dump. So UONE, we can go ahead and go over that one. Massive U-shape yesterday. But guys, what goes up does come back down. This play is in the communication sector as well. And what has been paying dividends recently? The Robinhooders, buy high, hope higher. It has been paying off. This stock really out of nowhere. It really wasn't making any sort of moves in pre-market, and that's something I want you guys to be very to understand. Is it may not necessarily be the stock this today that is going to have all the pre-market activity on it. It could just be, come out of nowhere, just as UONE did. Yesterday, UONE killed it, and it had no hype, no attention on it in pre-market. But there were other stocks yesterday that did have hype and attention in pre-market, such as NETE. And guess what happened with NETE? It faded all throughout the day. And we're seeing that similar this morning with stocks such as CVU and stocks such as BMRA. One of my biggest wins a couple years ago was realizing that, was understanding kind of how the market sentiment was, and understanding what sector was hot, what was moving, and then understanding the conditions that we were in and the variables that needed to line up So when people see a stock such as UONE, which coin killed yesterday, come out of nowhere, it's going to get a lot of traders excited to be jumping into it because that was our big play yesterday. And our gappers and pre-market were failing. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of those gappers as well. We got CVU, which is a tiny flow. I did see this one pop up here in pre-market. CVU, they received $45 million in new firm orders. CVU, but this stock failed. There's really not a play here at the moment. We got a lot of baggies stuck in this. It's just not a play. And the same thing with BMRA. I saw this one pop up to $8. They filed for FDA emergency use author unique laboratory antibody test for COVID-19. But BMRA, no, we can't really go over it. BMRA is done as well. And one of the things that also kind of solidifies that is BMRA made a very big move recently. If you've been in the chat for a while, you know that when a stock makes a large move, like within a month or two, it's very difficult for it to sustain a move very similar to that again, because you have natural resistance of baggies all the way up it. Coin's looking for CLDX to pop to 12 and dump. Let's go ahead and pull up CLDX. Now CLDX, I remember we went over that last week. This has been a play that's really been working on out for the last week. This has really been holding its gains, and CLDX, it had insider buying on it. That's initially the news I saw on it. Besides it on the daily being overbought, we had insider buying. We had CEO buying shares, some other people in the company buying on shares, and obviously, if you're doing that, you have to release, I believe it's the 10K. You have to inform your shareholders of that, and that's getting people excited. You want to see your insiders of a company buying their stock, not selling their stock. When you start seeing the company insiders selling their stock, that's not a good sign. That's not a healthy sign. So CLDX, if we continue to move, now I will say the last time it made a move very similar to this, and like you guys see, I have my resistance lines drawn out. Let's take a look. Last time it came up to this resistance level, it made a large move similar to that it has done. The 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Green Day's back-to-back hit that resistance around 1160, which it did do in pre-market this morning, and then it had a sell-off, back down to where it was. So that's what Coin is saying. Coin is saying, okay, well, it did that before. Now let's look at it right now. It's having a massive move back up towards resistance. What's it going to do? Well, is it likely to do what it did in the past, hit that resistance and have a nice little red day? It has been holding up well. If it does end up breaking this, which this is the third touch, and oftentimes third touch does lead to a breakout, but faster the move is, the weaker the trend is going to be. This was a very fast move, so we will keep it on watch. Certainly, CLDX, as we have been, if it ends up breaking that, we do look at this gap to fill. We got a large gap to fill on CLDX. So fast move. It won't be surprising to me if we did have a red day today. But here's kind of the trend we're on. You guys see resistance here, hit 1215. Literally hit this resistance line. I'll always keep these drawn out because of that. And we do have solid support, though, at around 860, 870. Does have support around 1020 as well. Hit it once, twice, a couple times up in here. So we'll see what CLDX is going to do. I want to get into some short plays today. Coins watching SPCE. We'll get into that a little bit as well. But what do we notice? This is something I want you guys to be familiar with. CVU, BMRA, they both failed. So when we see stocks that come out, the shorts are alive and well out there. When something's popping on up in pre-market, it's getting heavily shorted. So with that being said, we probably need to, if we're going to be long on something, it might not be a bad idea to kind of wait and see where that volume is going to go at the start of the day. That was there and apparent on UONE yesterday. All right, so we went over BMRA, CLDX. That one's still holding up. CVU, UONE. All right, we got a few shorts I want to look at this morning. Few shorts I want to look at. Now, IQ, I want to go over this one as well, just real quick. IQ, this one is in the communications network as well. You guys see it's on the gap up watch list. Very large float on it. This one is gapping up, and it's kind of forming a little bit of little bit. It's forming a little bit of higher lows right here. Come back up to pre-market highs, 27.68. We pull up this daily chart. That is going to be. We are going to see some resistance on this at these levels. You guys see this last time it hit 27.50, right back around here. So we are seeing it hit resistance. We'll keep it on watch. Communications Network, I haven't seen any news. Actually, the most recent news on it, an analyst rating in April, threw an outperform on it at around 23 bucks. So communications sector still hot. We're still seeing that. UONE, that was communications sector that was hot yesterday. Coin said it's approaching $6 at the moment. So trying to curl back up as well on UONE. Let's go over some short plays real quick this morning. There's some really nice potential short plays this morning I want you guys to be familiar with. Then I do have a long as well. Nice little long play this morning we want to go over as well. So make sure you stay tuned. And I'm going to write all these out for you guys. Every single one of them. All right. By the way, at CMEG, I did have shares this morning to short of CVU at CMEG. So, but I don't trade pre-market. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised. CVU, little small stock here. All right, NK. Let's go over NK real quick. This is one we've been watching for a while. NK has been forming. NK has been respecting the 13 EMA. Very much respecting the 13 EMA, or this trend line right here. You guys see this trend line we have drawn. NK, once it gets way off of it, it comes back down to it. We were playing this. I remember talking about it. We did trade this, and some of you guys killed that. Where we are sitting up at resistance on the daily, coming up here to this upper shadow here. It's getting overbought a little bit again, sitting at 850 at the moment. It had a nice little ramp into the close yesterday. The trend's going to be back down to $6. We are sitting at resistance. We did get overbought, and we did have a ramp into the close yesterday. And these are all things I really like on the short side, as well as very light volume in pre-market and after hours. So this is something I look for. 866 is going to be that high from yesterday at the close. We'll be seeing how that's going to react around that level. If we're going to start seeing a little bit of profit taking at the start of the day, or a little bit of it, a little bit of some buying pressure at the start of the day, back up towards 866 and see what we're going to do there. But I do imagine this one is going to try to, come back down towards that trend line. Whether we see a little pop and drop, or a little bit of profit taking right at the start of the day. All right, let's go over a couple more. VBIV, same story here. Nice little short play this morning. This one's going to be probably a little bit slower, a little bit lighter on volume. 280. It's going to be that high from yesterday, so that kind of be the risking off of that over under, like we normally go over. It's got to break and hold that level if I'm going to end up cutting it. We should see a little bit of profit taken at the start of the day. 280, and see we got daily resistance as well on it. We got these upper shadows. Many different upper shadows on this. 320 is going to be tough resistance as well. So if this does get a solid pop out of the gates, I will try to scale into it probably through 320. You guys see that this area right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hit it several times. 320. The 20 is the magic number, guys. Always go over that. 20 is the magic number. So VBIV, let's keep that on watch. Those are the two shorts right there, NK, VBIV, and one more short potential play this morning is going to be AM. I like this as well, guys. You guys see it, $5 up to 630. Same story. Consistency is doing what? The same thing every single day. Same setups. Light volume, pre-market after hours. Nice little climb yesterday, 644 high. Let's take a look at the daily. We're sitting about 644 right now. We do have tough resistance on this at about 675. So at 635. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coin alerting UONE. That one apparently is popping right now. Yeah, when there's nothing to trade, guys, when there's really not, like, okay, for instance, CUV or CVU, BMRA, both of those failed. When those fail, people go back to what was working. when there's really nothing else this morning on the penny side, penny stock, small cap, play that most people are trading. People go back to what was working. And what was working? UONE. All right, AM, I like this on the short side. Might wait for 670. We'll see what it's going to do at the open. I'll probably scale into this with 675 in mind. It's going to be tough resistance on AM. I'm going to write those out for you guys. Let's take a look at a couple more. CLSN. We can't put this one off our radar. We cannot take CLSN off our radar. CLSN, this has been a good long. It's actually getting a nice little gap up. It had a really nice flag all day yesterday. It had a nice climb from 310 up to about 380, then consolidated. Start going sideways. It's a sign of health, right? Going sideways. CLSN, this one has been really respecting the 13 EMA. From about 150, climbed up to 360. Then start kind of U-shape and look at the 13 EMA. Highly respecting this level. Lower shadows down to it. Bouncy, bouncy, bounce, 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 bounce. Kind of U-shaping around the 13 EMA. It's getting a little off of it at the moment. Getting a little off of it, so it wouldn't be surprising if we did see a little bit of selling pressure. A little bit of selling pressure at the start of the day, but wouldn't be surprising to me if it found its legs and started consolidating and U-shaping back around, because that has been what this has been doing. It's really been finding its legs and U-shaping back around. So CLSN, throw it on your back burner, because this one, the last couple weeks, has just been a solid consolidation, and we've been seeing this one really work some wonders. So CLSN also 320 is going to be support if this one does start coming back down towards 320. See these upper shadows, all these upper shadows back on last Friday, as well as another Friday. A couple of upper shadows around here too. Ends up breaking that level, turning into resistance. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if CLSN we started seeing a little profit taken into consolidation. Turn back around on CLSN. I'm going to write all these out right now, guys. What's our leading gapper this morning? MCEP, we're not even going to go over that. That's the leading gapper on the gap up watch list at 1 million in the float. It's dead at the moment. IQ Communication Network trying to retest that high day in pre-market, so just keep that in mind. CVU, dead. BMRA, dead. And so what's happening? What is happening this morning? All these stocks that are failing in pre-market, people are going back to what was working, which Coin is pointing out is UONE. Now, did they come out with news? Not likely. Nope, I don't see any news. What's going on here? People are just going back to what was working because nothing else right now is pushing on up. But what I will say is there will probably be a random play that may be in the communications network that is going to pop on off when the market starts. Very similar to UONE, right around UONE actually wasn't quick. I mean, UONE didn't pop up till roughly 10:50. So that one wasn't quick, but it will likely be quicker this morning as people realize that okay, there's nothing else in play this morning. Let's wait and see what pops on up in the communications network sector. So that is probably what we're going to see. But that is everything. We've covered everything this morning. Let's see what the SPY is doing. SPY is just, pulling back a little bit down to 315. SPY should be in good shape today. It's looking pretty solid for some nice gains. CLDX and CLSN, both of those are trend plays. So make sure you're very aware and familiar with those. I'm going to start writing some of these out for you guys. Essentially, our leading gapper is going to be UONE. So be familiar with that. Short sells are going to be VBIV, NK, and AM. Communication sector this morning is going to be IQ, UONE, both of those. Communication sector still running rampant this morning. And then trend plays, CLDX, CLSN, Yeah, keep those on watch. They're both a little overbought, but they've been really healthy. I mean, CLDX is coming up. Did come up like we said. We went over that. CLDX is testing for the third time on the daily. This gap to fill right here. This resistance. So with CLDX, just be cautious of that. Like Coiney said, it's not out of the it wouldn't be surprising if CLDX did have a pop and drop, because that's what it did the last time it did test this area out. And it has been very fast. It did go from $1.50 up to $10.70 very, very quickly. It's been holding up pretty well. So let's just keep CLDX on watch for that break and see if that one gets the attention this morning. CLSN, wouldn't be surprised if we saw some profit taken to that. That one has been holding up. CLSN has been holding the 13 EMA. So just keep that in mind this morning. Guys, any questions before we wrap up the pre-market stream and get to trading? Any questions at all? But that's what's likely going to happen this morning, guys. UONE is probably going to fail, in my opinion. UONE, and we're going to see something else take on off. We're going to see something else take on off, such as that was very similar to UONE, kind of out of nowhere. Because what we've been seeing in pre-market is things pop on off and they get stuffed. They just get stuffed. CVU got stuffed. BMRA got stuffed. It's got to be random. It's got to be random out of nowhere. Kevin in the house. What's going on, man? Have a great day as well. Going to be a good one. Yeah, I am going to should be a good day today, guys. Just make sure you're predefining your risk and you're just well prepared. We can't be too eager to get into some trades and then get blindsided, Clouds your vision. These emotions of FOMO, Just wait for the trade to come to you. Flipping through some charts, making sure we're not missing anything, guys. I don't believe we are. Don't believe we are. Avery day trading FOMO free zone. No, I'll tell you. I mean, been doing this for 4 years. FOMO does not go away. You just learn how to. You just learn how to work with your emotions. That's all it is. I mean, your emotions don't go away the longer you trade, but you learn how to build fences around those emotions. You really learn how to manage those emotions a lot better. And you recognize them. When you're feeling like, getting into something, oh, something's going up forever, let me buy it long. You understand it. Like, you understand where that emotion takes you. So the longer you trade, write down these emotions, write down what normally happens when those emotions present themselves. And then when they do, you'll know what's going to happen. So, I get so irritated on some of these shorts when I don't get my entry and then it goes without me. And then that emotion is very present. But I know it's a chasing emotion saying, Kevin, oh, jump into it, Kevin. Don't miss it. I don't do it. I do not chase. Candace, wishing y'all a good day and a green day. And then coin, look up Rand Howell, mindfulness and trading. Yeah, I'll take a look. All right, guys, 5 minutes till the market opens on up. Love you guys. Let's kill it this morning. It's going to be a good day today. I'm excited to see what's going to pop on off. I think it's going to be random. I do think it's going to be something out of nowhere. Very similar to UONE. So just be prepared for that. And I will be focused on some of these shorts at the open. That's where my focus is going to be. Looking for a quick and easy day. And then to see what's going to pop on off. All right, guys. that is going to wrap up the morning stream. I missed you guys yesterday, but we're going to keep it rolling. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Love you guys. We'll see you then.